Hey, what's going on guys, Xuen here. So today I want to kind of play some twos that I did with non-Sid in the background, and I want to talk about the 6.2, I was about to say 6.1, 6.2.2 buffs that are going to be coming out on September 1st. I'm going to pretty much go over the changes and give my personal opinion, so you guys can, if you guys haven't seen the patch notes and stuff like that. So let's get started. So basically in 6.2.2, there's going to be a few buffs to monks and horde racials. Now, I've been hearing rumors that a lot of people are going to be going horde. Personally, I went horde because I miss it. And I personally don't like it when Blizzard does this because it seems like a huge money grab, if that makes any sense, because it seems like they always change their racials when everyone's this faction and then everyone's that faction, you know. Anyway, but we're going to be talking about a few things. Number one is mercenary mode. So I was on the PTR recently, and I was actually queuing for some skirmishes, and I was actually paired with some alliance players, and I was paired with some horde players, depending on what faction I was playing. And it was actually pretty neat. Now, I've always wanted cross faction arenas in RBGs competitively. Now, I didn't run actual threes, so I don't know if it's like competitive, or if it's just for skirmishes because you're obviously in a queue. I'm actually really curious to see if that's a thing for competitive threes, how you're going to be able to go about inviting your friends to a party. And maybe it's something that you could toggle, but it's going to be interesting to see how you can invite people to Real ID, and, you know, who knows, maybe even for like fewer BGs or fewer RBGs, we could get some people in that play Horde or play Alliance, and we can run no matter what faction you're on, which I think is really cool. And if that's true, a lot of players can stay Alliance without switching to Horde, so we'll have to wait and see. I don't really know. Maybe someone will know down in the comment section below. If you do, please let me know. But other than that, let's move on. So their Horde, sorry, Horde got 3 noticeable PvP buffs. Now all the racials got buffed, but the 3 most noticeable ones are the Blood Elves, Tauren, and Orcs. Now these 3 buffs include Blood Elf Arcane Torrent has been buffed to 2 seconds. It used to be 3 seconds, but that was ridiculously overpowered. Now it's 2 seconds. It's still pretty strong. Up from 1.5 seconds, and is on a 1.5 minute cooldown. Now, I know that Arcane Torrent is actually very, very strong for monks. Because of the nerf from the 3 second to 2 second, I still don't know if it's going to be the best race that you can go. I know my monk, when I factioned, he was Blood Elf because I thought the racials were going through. I might ask for a refund and probably go undead or something like that after I do a little bit more testing. But even with a 1.5 second stun on live right now, I'm finding that pretty strong. So, we'll see. Well, it's definitely still pretty strong. Now, the next buff is to Taurens. I believe that hasn't changed. It's still a 3 second war stomp, up from 1.5 second war stomp on a 1.5 minute cooldown. And then Orc got the hardiness buff buffed, and it went from 15% to 20%. So, Rib and Pepperoni rogues, I'm sure a lot of you are really upset, myself included as a monk. But if no one knows what the hardiness buff does, it pretty much reduces the duration of stuns, so 20% reduction on stuns. And I know for rogues it really sucks. Monks it sucks, but rogues it really, really fucking sucks. So I'm sorry guys. Now moving on to the monk buffs. Now there's only 2 monk buffs that you're gonna have to really pay attention to. And to be honest, these buffs, we got a lot of damage buffs, but to be honest, it doesn't really mean that much because, you know, personally, I feel that this is not addressing the main concern that Windwalker monks, you know, the main problem that Windwalker monks are facing in arenas and just regular PvP, and that's a buff to, we need a buff to our mobility, our survivability, and our energy management. Those are the 3 things that need tweaking. Now, the mobility is meaning that Chi Torpedo should not be our main thing. I wish that Russian Jade Wind was still viable and doing as much damage as it was back in MOP. The fact that we have to use our utility, which is our role as a high damage burst in order to be viable in PvP, really sucks, and it really hinders us when playing arenas. The second thing is to our energy. Jab costs way too much energy for the amount of damage it does. I think it should either cost 30 to 35 energy, or buff the damage, because Every single other class has a combo generating ability, either hits hard and also has some decent energy regain. You know, Ferals don't have that good energy regain, but when they're in Karn, their combo generator hits like 60Ks, which is ridiculous. If I pop my Tiger's Eye Brew and everything, my jab will hit for like a 7K when it crits, which is stupid. Anyway, and last is through our survivability, and you know, maybe in Legion we'll see our sparring and spinning fire blossoms brought back, but other than that, I don't think we're gonna get too much more buffs in our survivability in Warlords of Draenor, unfortunately. It's just how it is. So, the buffs include for Windwalker Monks is the 20% damage on Tiger Palm, 20% damage on Fist of Fury, and that's one of the noticeable ones. 10% on Rising Sun Kick, and 20% on Blackout Kick. Now, the Rising Sun Kick and the Fist of Fury are going to be the noticeable changes. The Blackout Kick doesn't matter because we're still going to be running Chi Explosion to be competitive in PvP. And, what else? The Tiger Palm hits like crap anyway, so it doesn't really matter. It is still nice. But the Fist of Fury and Rising Sun Kick are nice. Now, again, it doesn't really address the concern that I've had for monks, and I don't think it's going to fix monks, but it's definitely going to make 3s easier, because you're going to be able to hopefully land a kill a little bit easier than you were. Now, monks still do a lot of damage. I personally don't think we needed a damage buff, but, you know, I'm not going to complain. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video, pretty much going over the 6.2, I was about to say 6.1 changes again, oh my goodness, 6.2.2 changes. Let me know what you guys think of these changes down in the comment section below. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Peace, guys.